It's unfair for entities and businesses to claim a nonprofit status, saying that they're going to deliver these kinds of services, and then fall so flat on their face.
People at some problematic apartment complexes say they feel hopeless after a recent judge's decision. We're talking about the Lakeside Point at Nora, which we've been investigating now for several years. The problems there are well documented, from moldy floors to fire hazards. Fox 59's Courtney Spinelli has the latest on this ruling and a lawsuit now from Indiana's Attorney General.
Please, we need help in here. Our safety means something. It means something to me.
It's a message the residents living at the Lakeside Point at Nora Apartments feel like they have to keep repeating. Since 2017, Marion County health officials have issued around 600 notices of violation to the complex.
They might be out of the rain, but what good is that if the lights don't work, if the fire detectors don't work, if the plumbing's backed up?
Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita and his office say they're working to try and right those wrongs. That's why they filed a lawsuit, which a judge preliminarily denied. Instead, the judge wants 120 days of mediation with the Attorney General involved.
At least those people's voice and the taxpayers' voice are still going to be heard in the room.
One of those people, Laura Driscoll. She says she lives in deplorable conditions, but no rent payment is enough to get management to help fix them.
Try calling the office to see about what they can do, but you get nowhere. Nowhere.
Time again, residents have shared a similar message that nothing seems to get fixed. This right here is just another example. That building once housed the clubhouse and main office until it burnt down almost 3 months ago. It still looks the same as that day.
Driscoll has lived at Lakeside Point at Nora for nearly 2 years and just bought her own smoke detector because she says her unit never had one in it.
Somebody needs to come in here and do something or close them down, because somebody in here is going to die, and it's not going to just be one person. This whole building's going to go up in flames, just like this one did.
There's still a chance a judge could approve the motion for receivership, meaning someone to oversee the property at some point. But for now, residents will have to wait for the slow wheels of justice.
Day to day, probably, especially with mediation, probably not major improvements. We're going to stay on it.
I would like to ask that judge to please come stay the night at my house. Come and spend a week at my house and see how safe you feel.
Reporting in Indianapolis, Courtney Spinelli, Fox 59 News.
The Attorney General says in the meantime he recommends residents continue to pay their rent as best they can on time. We reached out to the property manager there today but didn't receive any response. Now, Fox 59 has been covering the troubles there at Lakeside Point for years. You can find any of our previous investigations on our website at fox59.com.